Hi everyone, this is Whitney from Curls and Lashes, and in this video I will elaborate an article I've wrote for curlsunderstood.com. In the article I shared that I had some difficulties with accepting my hair texture, and the reason why I also explained the reasons and the thoughts behind it. However, I want to also elaborate in the video because it's more personal. You can see my expressions, and let's just start from the beginning. So I was born in Curacao. My mother is Dominican, and my father he's also from Curacao. Curacao is a very small island in the Caribbean. It's gorgeous, so if you want to go over there for holidays, I would really recommend it. When I was 6, okay, I will also explain my living situation. I lived in a very nice house with a huge back garden. We had animals, some animals, we had crops and some trees. And whenever my mother said that she was going to wash my hair, I immediately ran to the garden. I was hiding myself. And at some point my mother, she didn't want to have to struggle every time again, and also she didn't want me to see me cry when she was like combing my hair or complaining like, "Mom, don't stop it, just don't comb my hair." So so she put that junk, that white junk in my hair, which is relaxing. At some point, or the same year I think, we moved to the Netherlands, and there were people with curly hair, but not a lot. Some were straightening their hair always, or some were putting relaxer in their hair, but there were people with curly hair, but not a lot. Okay. In my family, there were no people with curly hair. So I grew up with a few role models, so curly role models in my life. So then I started high school, and I went over there, and children also they notice things, and they are also raised with dolls. Not all children, but it's natural. When someone doesn't know about another culture, another ethnicity or whatsoever, they are going to make assumptions. So I got a question: why is your hair straight? It is not possible because you are black. So I said, it's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. Your hair depends on genetics, and your genetics are also defined by the country you are born in, but also by your ancestors. So especially now, people don't have one certain hair texture. Like if you're American, doesn't necessarily mean that your hair is straight. At some point I just wanted to have my hair curly. It was when I was 13. My mother said, no, you are damaging your hair. Put it again, straighten your hair again, because yeah, it looks somewhat better. So when I was 15, Caressa started transitioning, and I was admiring her, but I didn't have any knowledge. So of course I was asking questions as she was explaining, and I got motivated. Also around that time, more and more people were accepting their hair texture, and they were stopping relaxing their hair, and they were showing the natural state of their hair. So so then when I was 18, I took the decision to straighten my hair. When I was 15, I actually wanted to take the decision, but I was underage, and my mother, when I was 18, I was underage as well, but I was more mature and more strong. I was, when I had opinions or a certain point of a certain perspective of things, I would just say, no, I'm not going to do it because I think that this is right. I was fed up with being told that I have to straighten my hair. It's not what I want to, and it's not who I am. I wanted to show the world who I really am, and it's a girl with natural curly hair. Well, at some point my mother accepted. She said, you are 18, it's your hair, do whatever you want, but I wouldn't do it because you are damaging your hair. And we were always having like those types of arguments, and at some point I said, Mom, I understand your point of view, but as you said, it's my hair, it's my life, and of course there will be some damage to my hair, and it's normal because I'm starting from scratch. I need to get to know my hair. Well, then the discussion stopped, but of course she was trying to convince me, and I was ignoring it because I wasn't going to invest any more energy in such a discussion, because it's a yes and no discussion. I can invest energy in learning how to take care of my hair. She advised me to take a texturizer because there was a heavy difference between the part which is already transition and the part which consists of straight, and I didn't want to do the big chop. It was too scary for me. I always had long hair. So I accepted because I thought that the texturizer, it influences a little bit your hair, and I thought thereafter the texture differences between, you know, the hair won't be too much because one side is partly transitioned, so a little bit like curly, and the other very complicated out. And then I went to the hairdresser, and she thought it was odd that my hair wasn't transitioning very well, not fast, but transitioning normally. And then she asked, what are you using in your hair? I explained that I was using the texturizer, and she said that I immediately had to stop using that stuff because it's the same as a relaxer, but it's less strong. It consists of the same ingredients, but there is, like, for example, less of a certain ingredient in it. So at that point I just decided to do the big chop. I have pictures of it. I was happy, I was rocking, and I was happy. I was very happy. So then I noticed, because the longer you are in the transitioning process, the more your hair will heal. And I noticed that my hair was shrinking a lot. And I want my hair to be longer, and I thought it was I don't know, it was a very strange feeling which was overwhelming me, and I ended up crying and talking with Caress that I'm not satisfied, that it wasn't what I expected. And she said, you should use the relaxer again. If you're really not happy, then maybe that's the only solution. And it was not my goal. My goal was to be the natural me, and I started thinking, and I was like, how can I have these feelings? How my objectives are completely different. I want to be the natural me, and if my hair has a heavy texture, then it's me. And then I started analyzing my feelings. I was confused, but I was also having doubts. And because of all the feedback I got from other people, I was thinking that my hair was ugly. So then I started analyzing more. How come? Because I'm someone who dresses how she wants. I don't care about the opinions of others, because the clothes which I'm wearing or the hairdos which I'm having make me happy, and those hairdos or those style of clothing help me emphasize who I am to the others. So then I started thinking about the first time I put the relaxer in my hair, and I was a child. So if you are manipulating the appearance of a child or the hair or whatsoever, then the child will develop the thought that something is not good about this certain manipulation, you know, about the certain aspect which you are manipulating. For example, there was a research done in Mexico in which they gave the children a darker doll and a light-skinned doll. And if those children are raised in an environment where you don't have very dark-skinned people, so of course the preference went to the light-skinned dolls. I don't know. I'm not saying that the parents told them no, don't choose very dark. I don't know, but it's something you're used to. You're used to people with for example, the same skin color, or so of course your preferences are those. If I was raised with my curly hair, and if my family also had curly hair, I might choose for a doll with curly hair, because I can relate to the doll. So at that moment, I was raised with curly hair, with straight hair. I was raised with manipulated hair, and the mature me all of a sudden has curly hair. So maybe that caused a clash. Because I had learnings from when I was young, the right and wrong learnings. Everyone has it. We know it's wrong, for example, to harm people, and we know that it's right to help people. We are raised with those thoughts and with those values. So I knew that the difference of the little me and mature me is huge. Well, not huge, but it's huge. My hair texture is different than the hair texture there because it was manipulated, and that's how I felt uncomfortable. And it was time to get out of the comfort zone. It was time to accept me for who I am. So I started wearing my hair down no matter what. So the weather in the Netherlands is crazy. When it's fall or winter, it's always raining, or there's lots of it's very humid. There is lots of humidity, so your hair, if it's curly, it will frizz a lot, or it can even help your hair to be more curly. But for me, it frizzes a lot. So I went to my work. I work in a professional environment, so sometimes you need to make sure that you look good. But who says that frizzy hair isn't a good appearance? So I went to my work with my hair all frizzy, and it was huge when I came at work, obviously because of the humidity. And then colleague just came, "Oh Whitney, your hair is nice. Oh Whitney, it's different. Oh Whitney, what?" And I didn't want to listen to the compliments. I wanted to listen to myself, in order to make sure that I'm really accepting myself. So yeah, after months, I didn't took lots of efforts to reduce the frizz, because I thought that my hair is beautiful, and I still do.